Hello and welcome back again, and this time it's another thread response. And this is an old thread that was recently reincarnated. I believe this was originally started by Calico Silver. I think his real name is Jeff, if I'm not mistaken. He was new to me, and the first guy who did on this kind of like new thread was Richard McCook. But don't call me out on that. I'm not 100% sure. But I saw Richard did, Blue Sky Vinyl did, David Newton did, Rachel did, and there were uh, some others who also did. So I thought about why not jump into this one. But before we start flipping through the records, I want to make a quick promotion. I believe the next video or the one after the next one is going to be a new haul video. I will order today or tomorrow some pretty good progressive rock albums. So if you're into prog, stay tuned because there were some really cool like underground prog gems. But that's enough of that. Let's get into the thread. Starting with A. This was a hard letter, the first one, and I was already like, what should I pick? But I chose Affinity. I just love this album. They sadly recorded only this one album together, but the singer Linda Holt did record one album in the 70s and one album in, I think, 2016. And the 70 album, Pieces of Me, is still on the hunt. I'm glad I got this. This is the Abbey Road half-speed mastering. This reissue, it was originally based on Vertigo's Swirl, so they can be a bit pricey. But if A was a difficult, I don't know what B was. Like there were so many good artists from B, like Beatles, Black Sabbath, Black Widow, Black Moors Night, Bad Company. So much good stuff, but I had to choose David Bowie for this. I have just been a fan of his work for such a long time, and it would have been a shame to leave him out of this list. Then C, it was also a pretty hard one. I have actually it doesn't show the name of the band in the cover. It's Curved Air here. Curved Air, this is their album Phantasmagoria. They are really good, like progressive band. Is there? All of the letters are like cursive. But Curved Air, and like they said that they like if you somebody here is not familiar with Curved Air, it was started in the 1970 and it's still active and touring. Well, not touring right now, but like still active. And they said they are going to record a new studio album for the band's 15th anniversary. And we haven't heard anything, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So maybe new Curved Air album. Maybe not this year because of the corona thing, but maybe next year. Let's hope. Then this was so hard between like three bands. Deep Purple, Doors and Bob Dylan. But I had to choose Bob Dylan because I have been listening to so much of his work lately. And this is the fucked up cover. So yeah, this. Oh, and by the way, this video is going to be so long. if I'm going to keep talking about every band. Have any of you here heard the new Bob Dylan songs, the Murder Most Fool and what was the other one called? Oh, I Contain Multitudes. Because we also have a new Bob Dylan album this year. Maybe I'm so down for a new Dylan album. But then I have Eppu Normaali. This is a Finnish band. I have been listening to this so much and I have shown Eppu Normaali a fair amount of times on my channel. This is their album Historian suurmiehiä. The Great Mans in History. Then F was a surprisingly hard letter to find anything. I also had 2 LPs that could be in the F. But I have John Fogerty's. This is the Eye of the Zombie. This is okay album, not nearly as good as the CCR albums, but it's okay. Then G. I have Guns N' Roses. I listen to this so much, I don't know, couple of 3, 4, 5 years back. So I had to choose this. Then H. There were a couple of artists that I could have chosen, but I will go with Heaven. This is their album Brass Rock 1. Now I'm not 100% sure if they record any other albums than this, but this is an awesome jazzier rock album. And the cover of this is awesome. I don't think I can show it here, but it opens up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into 6 pieces. 7 pieces. And a cross formation. I can't really show it here because I have limited space, but check it out on Discord or something. They have a really good picture about it. I love this album. So 8 is Heaven by Heaven. The album is Brass Rock 1. I go with Iron Maiden. This is Somewhere in Time. I really like Iron Maiden's work, one of my favorite metal bands. Really good stuff. I don't think I have to stop on that. Everybody knows Iron Maiden. Next one, we step inside the blues. We have Robert Johnson. This is the king of Delta blues singers. I really like this album. Glad to have it. And J was another hard letter. There was there were many good bands that I could have chosen. But I will go with this. Well, H could have also been Jimi Hendrix, but it just now came to my mind. But yeah, I'll go with the Brass Rock. Hendrix is cool, but no, wait. When I think I maybe should have actually chosen Hendrix. Wait a second. Oh, I kicked it by accident. And now we have Hendrix album. How did I not think of that when I don't know. But now we have Hendrix album here too. Where were we? Okay. That was only about wordplay because the next letter is K. I have another Finnish artist. This is Joose Keskitalo. I couldn't really find anything in the K either. There were a couple of bands, but I chose this because I like Keskitalo's early work, and these are okay too. I like folk stuff. Then L. Let's stay in Finland. Leevi and the Leavings. Is perjantai 14. päivä. Friday the 14th. Is a really cool like rock band. The singer and the songwriter Gösta Sundqvist is one of the best how do you say it? Like writers in Finnish music. His lyrics are very good and interesting. And this was a pretty easy one for me. I have Magma. I just love this band. This is one of my favorite albums. Their self-titled or the Kobaya album. Good like jazz rock, prog rock stuff. Highly recommended if you don't already know Magma. Bit of experimental but really good. Then N. We have Nazareth. Is their album Hair of the Dog. This is on. It's like it says on here that it's on purple vinyl, but this is like very light purple. It almost looks like white. I guess you can see some shades of purple, but definitely not a deep purple. I'm so funny guy, I know. Then O. I have Ozzy Osbourne. His solo work isn't as good as the work with Black Sabbath, but I still enjoy it. This is maybe not the best album, The Bark at the Moon, but it's still really cool. And he did drop a very decent album, The Ordinary Man, a couple of months ago. I think, yeah. The 10p, I have Parabajar. This is the box set of their first album, Yhä hämärää. This is some band I would highly recommend to well, almost anyone. I really love this band. They're like experimental ambient mixed with like folk and like what is it called, the Christian music. What is it hymns? No. But very interesting stuff. I love this band. And they just celebrated their 20th anniversary this year. Then Q. I don't think this is a really big surprise. I have seen a lot of Queen albums on the Q. I have also Queen, Night at the Opera. Very good album. Then R. This was a hard one also between Ramesses and Rainbow, but I had to go with the Rainbow. This is the second album, Rising, on the Japanese version. Then S. And this was also a really hard letter. I was about to pick Scorpions, but then I was like, maybe not, and then I was like, maybe yes, and why not? But I have Sir to Baltimore. It's their album Kingdom Come. This is like a really good, hard-hitting psych blues rock. I believe this is from the 1970. My tower of rigor is so high that it doesn't show on the camera. let me get this. Nice. But let's get back to this. Yeah, Circle Baltimore, awesome. Like blues rock, psych rock stuff. Glad to have it on vinyl. Then T. There was also a hard one. I don't know why. I couldn't come up with almost anything that starts with the letter T. So I have Titty and the Tigers, Burn It Up, this like Finnish rockabilly artist. Maybe not my favorite, but I don't know, I just couldn't think of anything that starts with letter T. Like probably like when this video is up, I'm like, oh shit, I could have chosen this and this and this, but I'll go with Titty and the Tigers. Like okay. Then you. This was one of the easiest letters. Uriah Heep. This is their first album. Very heavy, very humble. This is the maybe the worst gatefold I've ever seen. Cause like look at this. That could have been so good if they even somehow connected, but no. The album is very good. I think this is their first. Maybe not their best, but a solid album. Then V was another hard one between two bands. I had Velvet Underground and then the one that I chose. I was I was about to pick the Velvet Underground, but I think like this is just a so good album, and the band is still together. They might deliver some awesome work in the future. So I have Vilda Låt. This is CD because this has not been pressed on vinyl. I hope yet, but I'm very afraid that this is not gonna see a vinyl format in like like never. These are really good. If some of you may have watched my best of 2019 series on December, I have a long video about this album. This is highly recommended too. If you want to hear something truly unique and different from anything that you have ever heard. Oh, that was cheesy, but let's go with it. It's like, well, picture this. Mystic like music from the people who live in the northern parts of Finland and Sweden and Norway, the Sami people, and the Rioik singing that which they used to like call reindeers and stuff, mixed with accursion. Do we have any pictures of accursion here? I don't know. This is like something that you couldn't think of, but it still somehow works perfectly. I can't describe it anymore. But definitely check it out. I think this is on Spotify. And maybe even get a copy and help the band because they can tour right now. I think there are still a couple of copies left of this album, so be quick. And that was not a paid promotion. Then a W. Yeah, Warhorse. This is awesome album on the Vertigo label. Really good progressive stuff. Yeah, so this is on this reissue. It's on a like white vinyl. It's way too low. Then what is it called? It's U. in English. Finnish. No, Finnish, yeah. But I don't know what it's called in English, sorry. This letter, we have yö variete, yö means a night in Finnish. It's really good. Like rock, then the good rock album from Finland. This is their first one that they did. I think this is 93, yeah. But like, I think I skipped the letter X, but I just couldn't find anything with the letter X in my collection. Couldn't I even think any band to start with X? But the one like krautrock and experimental stuff, it was like X-Hall or something like that, but I don't have it on vinyl. Then a Jett. It's GG Top. The Jett Topi, as we finish say it. But I think this was it. Letters through A to G minus the X because, yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say. Take care and stay safe. And tune up for the progressive rock package video. I'm so excited about it. But see you then. Bye.